Good morning and welcome back to a new day of daily updates across all of the major dollar pairs. Starting off with DXY on the daily time frame, what we can see is a break of structure, and this is our swing low and this is our swing high. We've been calling for the last couple of weeks. We want to see this low get taken before we see that upside continuation. However, as looking at the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we might not get this. We've had our break of structure in towards the downside, and this is our swing high and this is our swing low. We've liquidated all of the available liquidity other than this high over here. We've made a connection and filled most of this gap within the market, which did act as a bit of a supply zone, which stalled price. However, on the back of the bombing that happened overnight in Iran, we have seen a gap up in the market open, and we are seeing some bullish price action. So what am I expecting on Euro USD? Some potential downside in the short term. As you can see, this is our daily break of structure and our swing range. We've liquidated this high here, which could be the fuel to push price down to target the weak swing low. However, with this liquidity still being open, the highest probability sells will come after taking this high. If we move down onto the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is we've had our break of structure in towards the upside, and this is our swing range. We've liquidated these lows, but this low over here is still a daily point of liquidity that we could look for before then seeing that real move in towards the upside happen. If we move down onto the 1-hour time frame, my bias for the intraday for today is definitely some short-term downside. As you can see, this is our break of structure, this is our swing range. We've liquidated all of the available liquidity within the impulse. We've now switched bearish, and this supply zone I am anticipating that will push price back in towards the downside. What I will be setting my alerts on is this liquidity high here and this liquidity high here. If we come up, we take that, we see that fractal change in towards the downside, I'll be positioning myself in those shorts. If we look at GBPUSD on the daily time frame, we've had our break of structure in towards the upside, and this is our swing range. We've liquidated most of the available liquidity within the leg before then switching bullish on the lower time frame. However, if we look at the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is we are bearish. We've had our first break of structure in towards the upside where the demand chain failed, followed by another break of structure in towards the upside, followed by a break of structure in towards the downside. So this is our current swing range. We've had price pushing up with this demand zone being the most recent, which has now failed, creating this fresh area of supply, which I'll be looking for shorts to start targeting these lows and the weak lows over here. As these are equal, I do favour these getting taken in the short term.